Welcome to week 26. I caught a cold over the weekend, so stay away from me. I will keep my distance. Please pardon the sneezing and coughing. But it's like it says in the 411, it's time to stand and deliver. And I've got a very simple file. Notice I've named it 1A. What a crazy name. Why would I do that? This rectangle here, if you notice in the transform, it's 1920 by 1080. If I click on the artboard tool, you'll notice my artboard is 1920 by 1080. Notice this is CMYK. This should look familiar to some of you who paid attention last week. This is the size I want you working, and the color space I want you working in if you're working in Illustrator. Now, this rectangle is to display our patterns. If I turn that off and come down to the art layer, you'll notice, hey, there's only 3 of these global colors. That's because I drug in 1 cube out of my symbols. I didn't import them all. I just imported 1. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here so we can see what's going on. And all I did was break that cube apart. You always want to break apart your symbols before you make your pattern. So that speeds up Illustrator. And then I arranged them, but I didn't arrange them perfectly. They kind of tip the wrong direction. They overlap differently. Their tops and bottoms are not aligned. Why would I do that? I'm doing it just because I want to see what you get when you try something really simple. I do not want you replicating this exact file. I want you creating your own. Now I'm going to hold down Option and Shift and drag up a copy. With this select, I'm going to go into the Appearance panel. Appearance window, Appearance. You can find, I'm going to click on Opacity. Change this opacity down, I don't know, 15%. This is an experiment. And I'm going to post my results. I'm going to do this kind of quickly. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try go ahead and go to Difference just to see what happens. And this will be monochromatic, all one color. I'm not using different colors. And then, object, pattern, make. I'm going to go ahead and use my shortcut to get the pattern maker. And then drag this off. I don't have a lot of room, so I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so we can see what's going on. Change this to 9 by 9. And then play with something. And I don't know which one is right. I'm going to choose that just for kicks, the brick by row, and then click on the pattern maker tool. And don't just click, okay, what's going on? Pattern maker tool. Oh, this is going to make me drag from the side. I've not used this one, so I didn't know. Hey, what's this handle in the center? What happens if I move this over? Look at that. It moves the pattern from one side to the other. Let's go ahead. I'll just accept that. I don't know what I'm doing here. And then we can click on this center handle. And when you click and drag, it moves, but hold down Option so you drag from the center, right? And we're just seeing what's going on. It looks like I'm going to have to click on this handle. I'm going to hold down Option to get these closer. And let's just say, oh, I love this pattern. I don't love this pattern, but let's say I love this pattern. I'm going to click Save a Copy. I'm not going to click Done, Cancel, hit Escape, anything like that. And then because this file's named 1A, I'm going to name this pattern very cleverly, 1A1. So I now can build a series of patterns named 1A2, 1A3, 1A4 that are all derived from this same 1A file. Get the strategy I'm using? I'm just going to make one more really quickly, but I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to click here, use the up arrow, use the down arrow. You can hold them down to move things around, hit Tab to jump to the next one, and say, oh, that pattern I love. I can't live without it. I'm going to save a copy, call it 1A2, and I don't want you saving out any junk. Save out stuff you think actually looks good. And to be honest with you, this is kind of funky. This is kind of cool. I like it. And let's say we get 1A3 through 47. Okay, we're done with that. We're done with the pattern maker. Let's just click Done to get out of this. And then twirl that shut, close this pattern options tool, come up to our rectangle, commands, well, we'll stay zoomed in. Doesn't matter. Well, we'll just click on it. So it's selected, and click on 1A1, right? This first one just is generated automatically. And oh, our art's in a way. I'm going to turn that off. Now, yeah, these lines appear. We'll talk about those later. For right now, we're just in production mode. We want to see what we get because we don't want to save every single thing. I'm going to go ahead and hit Save for the Web, Shift, Option, Command, S, File, Export, Save for Web. And get out here, 60% is fine for the quality. Make sure you're on JPEG High. Please don't save out pings. Don't save out GIFs, please. And we'll save that thing. And let's name it something clever like 1A1 because that is the pattern we used, right? This is still selected. I can click on 1A2, save for the web. Look, file, save, what is it, export. I don't go here. I use these shortcuts. And then the settings are already set for us. We can just hit return and call it 1A2. Okay, then we have a series of JPEGs that we can then collect and put into a gallery on our blog. I'm going to go ahead and do this off screen and make a little gallery to show you what I came up with these simple, funky little shapes. And I may get rid of the lines just because I want to. That's it. You have a good week. Stay away from the sneezing, coughing teacher, and I'll stay away from you. Be good.